is up, folks? It is Friday night, 7:30. You know what that means. It is time for Panhandle Fishing Report. I'm your host, Mike Smith, Smitty with Smitty Surf Fishing, and with me always is my co-host.
What's going on, everybody? It is Demo from Finding Demo Surf Fishing Podcast. Welcome to the weekend. We've got a lot of good stuff to cover tonight, and with a lot of stuff coming, also known as extremely hot weather. Don't forget to check on your medium extra husky friends. We're not okay.
Yeah, not at all. It is hot out there. Hopefully everybody is cleaning snapper right now. That is
opening day
up here in the Panhandle, opening day of snapper season. What's up, Mr. Vernon? What's happening?
Hey,
and the boat launches were packed.
Were they?
With people headed offshore. Oh yeah, it was like today would have been the day to set up a camera and like make a YouTube channel out of people backing down the boat ramp, and then all the frustrations and everything like that. There's actually a guy down in South Florida that does that. He's set up right across from the boat launch, and they make fun of folks as they're trying to back their boat in.
Not saying I've backed somebody's RV into the spot for them before, but I have definitely done it. So, Donnie, hey bud, how are you? I hope you're doing well up north. Steven, good evening to you. That would be a great video. Yeah, Bill, it would. Because we all know. I mean, there's some of us that can rock it out, and other times it's a little pain in the ass. But hey, once you do it, you get it figured out. Biggest thing I always tell people if they're going to back something, hold the bottom of the steering wheel. Don't hold the bottom. No. So much easier. Little movements. Yeah. Little movements.
Absolutely. Donnie, I think you're right. Alfred Montana. I think that's the guy's name that runs that channel. It is pretty cool. Rob Foster, what is up, buddy? Rogue Reels Fishing joining us. I've been putting those rigs putting them to work this week.
Yeah.
That Smitty rig, man. I think I'm up to 22 sharks this week. So it them Smitty rigs have definitely been working. The Chit Show. Yes, absolutely, Donnie. That is the name of it. That's the channel, the Chit Show.
The Chit Show.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, your rigs, I mean, when it comes your shark rigs they're beasts. I mean, that setup you got with Rob is just they are super strong, and especially the way you have them set. I think it was a great design.
Absolutely. Todd Riggs, what is up, buddy?
Good evening to you.
Thanks for joining us. We're the Shark Ninja. Yeah, that's what Larry posted that on there. I wouldn't say a ninja because I don't sneak up on them. I definitely drop it on their heads.
Yeah, you do.
Bam! There you go.
That. Oh boy!
But a lot of fun. I love getting clients on shark, especially if they never caught one before.
Yeah, the recent video the way you set everything up, that was pretty cool to do. I liked the dual face.
Me too, and I got that from one of our other captains, Captain Brandon Hilliard did that last year with guys out there, and he would he would tease folks. I won't say make fun of. He would tease folks as they were bringing up big fish like AJs and stuff like that, and snapper, and just their struggle as they're going through it. So I figured I'd kind of copy that, and it worked out pretty good once I figured out my phone could do it.
There you go. Salty, good to see you. Congratulations on your trip today. It looked like a blast out there. You got some nice fish. He's been he's been on a good road trip too lately. He's been on some fun ones.
Yeah, he and Brad tore it up out there offshore.
Yeah, the cameraman Ron got in on the action. I saw that they were out on the Lively too, I believe. Great boat. That was a lot of fun. I remember going out with them.
I actually have them in my scroll tonight.
Do you? Nice.
The Lively too. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I'd love to go back.
What is up, buddy? East Coast joining us tonight.
Barry, don't forget to check your phone. I sent you a text.
Oh.
What do you got there, guy? What you got?
I'm finishing off a little. Well, maybe not finish off, but a little Jameson Black Barrel tonight.
There'd be no judgment on the side of the screen for you.
No. I got an early morning trip, so it won't be too much going on.
Are you saying you got to adult?
I do have to be somewhat responsible, yes.
Rob, I see that. Line Cutters is putting both the Smitty Leader and the Demo HD rigs in his 5,000 square foot. Sweet! Congratulations!
Oh, nice. That is awesome.
If you guys haven't seen the Demo HD rig, it's something that Rob and I were working on for a little while. He asked me what I thought of the rig, and I did something that everyone told me is not a great idea, but I love the idea because I use heavier equipment when I'm pompano fishing because I don't like getting bit off by bluefish in Spanish. So we went with a much heavier line, a little bit bigger hook, not much bigger. I believe it's a 3-aught. I think we did with a bead on one and a float on the other. It's just a heavy duty. It's a horse of a rig. And I caught, man, we were in the East Coast there. We were at that tournament. I was catching sharks on that thing. It couldn't bite through it. The only way I broke it is the friggin' skin took off my sinker on the bottom after that sandpaper rub. I'm like, you bastard. Now I got to tie it again. But, yeah, that was good stuff, man. I love those rigs. They're a lot of fun.
We need to run that one out in the boat and drop it down. I bet it would do great for the Mingos, a double drop rig.
That would be fun for snapper too.
Snap, yeah, could, yeah, absolutely. We got. We'll have to work on that.
Okay.
But that's all. I got to figure out where West Columbia, Texas is. I wonder if that's anywhere close to where my daughter lives. Because I may be going out there for a visit. I may have to stop by and see them.
Old Tejas.
Yeah.
The 2-day drive across the state.
Mm-hmm.
Barry, you got something coming for us. Boy, last time I heard that.
All right. Awesome. Well,
let's see here. Let's get it.
I know you've been on vacation this week. Did you get out and do any fishing?
I did staycation this week with my family. We did not. Justin and I were going to go out a couple of times, and I mooted out. Also known as, I didn't have a very good week towards the evening. I don't know what it was, but I got all up in my feels.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of Oreos.
And a lot of Oreos?
I like Oreos. Can eat that.
Oreos are good. I like Oreos.
No, I didn't get a little bit there. I ended up getting just a little bit of I did go out with Bill. We fished the night tournament, and it was a great time. We definitely had some challenges. So I ended up getting second place with a nice red.
Nice.
I was throwing the longer line towards the rear. I was having a fun time throwing out a fish bite fight club. I got to watch. Bill taught me a lot, though. I got to figure out how to finally. Yep, Barry. I just got it. I'll look at it in a sec. I learned how to use a popping cork properly. Nice. I never understood how to do it before. So Bill and I were out in some good water using a popping cork, and I learned that catfish will chase a popping cork shrimp like a redfish. And I was not happy about it, and Bill was not happy about it either. But we did catch a couple of really good fighting bluefish. The winner's trout was 24, 26. I think it was 24. Wow. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, 24 inches. Beautiful spots. Good looking fish. Real done. And the gentleman that got third place got a red just a little bit under mine. But all fish we brought them back alive. We got to release them back when we were at the dock. They all got to fight another day.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good. Lots of shallow water. Highly recommend. I think Bill's going to talk about it. But flat grass flats were huge. They were our money makers. And if any of you live on the water, would you please be a bro and leave your dock light on? Like, you would really like it if you left your green light on. I mean, I've seen them on so many times, and then we were driving back. It was dark. It was so dark the whole trip. It was really depressing. I think we found like 3. We're like, come on, just one. Just one.
There's a lot of folks in a certain area that I fish that as soon as they see you out or hear you out around the lights, they'll cut them off. And it's like, oh, come on. Be a sport. You know what I mean? Keep them going. But I get it.
It was great. I really enjoyed it. So, if you all, and Bill will talk about it, we have him on the show tonight. If you are looking for inshore on a boat here in the Navarre area, Destin, Fort Walnut, that whole zone, Bill's we got to go out with. I really did learn a lot. I'm looking forward to going back so I could do another round and try to keep my streak alive of beating.
Awesome. Well, we got out. We had quite a few trips this week, so a lot of sharks this week.
You had some great sharks, not just okay, great sharks.
Yeah, when the grass moves in, you got to find something to do, and we say a lot of times get outside your comfort zone. Although sharks aren't too far outside of my comfort zone, I like catching them. So, but for those that are saying, I overheard a comment. I was in Walmart today, grabbing some supplies, not fishing supplies, but other supplies, and I overheard one of the workers there behind the counter was talking about how the surf is dead right now, and surf fishing is just done until, later on in the year, August, September. And I was like, really? And I wanted to walk over and interject myself into the conversation, but I decided not to and let him think that it was over. But there are fish, and there are fish being caught. We'll talk about that tonight when we get to our surf report. But surf fishing is not done for the summer, guys. It is actually June. I think I've seen more pompano caught in June right now in one certain area than I have anywhere else. And
they're going after those crabs and those other things that are living in the sargassum. And there's a lot of nutrients that are close by. They're getting after it. And the sand flea population is beautiful right now. If you want to get down there, they're getting washed out and they're getting munched. I do want to say this because I know we don't have this report, but the piers right now are exploding. I walked into Half Hitch Navarre this morning to do my thing. And what was it? They had tuna, also known as green fish. Oh my God. Why can't I remember what it's called, Mike? I want one.
Bonita? I don't know.
No.
Blackfin?
No, it's the tuna fish, dolphin, mahi. There it is. Found it. Okay. Word association. Mahi was I'm an idiot. You know this about me. This is why we're friends. Everybody has to have that one dumb friend, and that's me. So you're all welcome when I'm around you. I'm that guy. Mahi have been blowing up at the Navarre Pier. They've been getting after it, and tarpon have been getting reported on hookups a lot. Yeah. So if you're a pier guy, by all means, please put it in there. But the pier has been hot. If you want to get out to the pier, you've never been to the pier, please remember, be patient, and it might not be bad to make a friend before you go out to the pier. That's just me.
Absolutely. All right, let's get into our discount codes. You guys, for those that are watching for the first time, we have several sponsors that provide some awesome discounts for you guys. I'll let Brian take a sip. The first one we have is
Rogue Reels. Oh, Rob, we're getting this good there. Discount is back until July 7th. You've got a little bit of time left. So go over to roguereelsfishing.com and you can pick up any of those rigs and any of the other gear on there with a discount code of PFR15.
Absolutely. GI Jigs is another great sponsor of the show, offering 10% discount with code PFR. And if you need a lure, you want an alternative to those menacing treble hook gotcha plugs, go check out GI Jigs. Single hook, J hook with some feathers on the back, man. I mean, not feathers, but like a Mylar teaser on the back. Man, you really don't even need a leader because the hook is so far back behind the jig that it works. You can tie it direct to your main line, throw it out. Great for Spanish, great for bluefish, great for snapper, great for grouper, great for, I mean, you name it. It's been caught on a GI Jig. So go give them a look-see, GI Jigs.
And a big shout out to old Capt Mark for getting that into the world for us. We appreciate you, man. And if you can't get it online, I will say you can find it at Half Hitch in Destin and Navarre. And I believe Panama City has it as well. But you can find the GI Jigs local if you would like to go that route.
Absolutely.
Gomexis knobs, the old power knobs, the beautiful, lovely, lovely little things. You still have a discount code of 10% off with Surf from Gomexis' website. It is the knobs and the knobs only until further notice. So
I got like 9 of those things coming. 9 Gomexis knobs.
Sexy.
I know, right? I'm so excited. Waterland sunglasses. There you go, right here. Super light, super polarized. These things are great. Unlike other sunglasses that wear on you for a while, these things are awesome. It's Captain Bill, guys. You got his Waterlands back there? Yeah.
He does.
No, weather.
Oh, Wiley X. Oh, Wiley, you're bringing me to dark, ugly, sandy places in foreign countries.
But yeah, Waterland sunglasses. They also have the mineral glass lenses now, just like some of the other bigger brands. 15% discount when you use SSF. That's Smitty Surf Fishing. SSF gets you 15%.
And I see Wiley X, and I'm like Wiley X and ESS. I'm instantly like,
I think of my military days, and then I got the free ones when I went to the desert.
I will give them this though: the replacement lenses were so easy to work with, moving between dark and light. And finally, for a limited time, R&K Custom Tumblers, the ones that made our outstanding cups, they still have them on their Etsy page. You can order them. You don't have to get the cool emblems of Mike or I or the Panhandle Fishing Report. It's all kind of together. You can work it out with them. But the code is DEMO10. That'll get you 10% off. And again, love these things. Donnie, I'm going to say it every time. Thanks, buddy. We really appreciate these. We love these. And R&K,
absolutely.
They look great.
Yeah. And we got somebody new coming on tonight.
Cindy.
We were approached by another apparel company. This is Hogfin. Check that out. That's an awesome logo right there. Coming out of, I think it's Kent Island, Maryland, right there on the Chesapeake Bay. Another veteran-owned company business, performance fishing shirts. These are unlike your, these are more tailor cut and sport cut, form fitting, I would say.
Yeah,
shirt.
very Under Armour-esque of NFL.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you like those brands, then this is the shirt for you. If you like your shirt a little bigger, I would order one size larger for your shirts. Just giving some honest feedback. Great quality though. I love it. I love the designs. They even have a Florida design on there. If you go check out their website, we will be giving away tonight a shirt of your choice from Hogfin. Brian and I have selected a predetermined time. All you got to do is leave a comment. The one closest to that time that we've already selected, I will send you a code for you to use on Hogfin's website to get a shirt of your choice. So it's awesome. Love that. They're also running a Father's Day special tonight. That kids need 2 sizes bigger or just one? 2 sizes, Chip. So I would go 2 sizes larger. They also run a limited time promotion. Buy one performance shirt this weekend, get the second 50% off using code Father's Day. That's all you got to do. No, Vernon, not just a comment. It's got to be engaging, and it's got to be, yeah, I see everybody. Any comment? No. Just like before, it's got to be relevant to what we're talking about and engaging, not just comment.
Purple. 7.
Purple, exactly. Yeah. So,
hi, Bambi.
But awesome shirts. We appreciate Hogfin for reaching out and GI Jigs for reaching out and hooking us up with those guys. So
I think a 3X for me. I normally wear a 2X because I am medium extra husky, and when I put it on in front of Mike may or may not have laughed at me. But it was definitely
I didn't laugh.
It was a little tight. But it's also I think your guy's wife. Does that count for engaging?
Yes, absolutely. That's engaging.
But so the shirts are nice. I did like the quality. And the only thing I would go another size bigger at least. Just keep in mind it is a performance style fit. It is a sport fit, not loose and very, very comfortable. You already missed it, Jacob. I already derailed like earlier, man. It went way off the rails. We got it back on. Thankfully,
we're back on track. Let's go through some comments real quick. We got Surf is Happening by Larry. Absolutely it is. Mm-hmm. Larry's been on some fish lately.
He has.
Let's see. Carl Phelps, welcome to the show tonight, buddy.
He's still awake.
Yeah.
Oh, had a great day out there.
Bruce, what's Bruce got? Hey, Mike, Go Mexis handles will be in.
Red handles.
Yeah. So Bruce reached out to me on some stuff, and I let him know that he's another color matching guy like myself. And I said, what would set that reel off is a red and black Go Mexis knob. And he's like, okay. And he ordered it. So it's gonna be you're gonna love it.
Jacob, the sargassem's actually not that bad here in the Navarre area. It's more of a June grass issue now. That's been pretty much the biggest one. So if you can find a nice little hole, or if the wind is shifting, you're getting into a pretty decent availability to fish.
Absolutely.
But you can overthrow it. The biggest thing I've been hearing mostly from people is you can cast over it, but remember, you got to come back through that crap, and that's where things been doing it. And apparently Dawn dish soap is not winning, so we're not going to run out the Dawn dish soap.
Oh, what?
I had an idea that we coat the line in Dawn dish soap, and maybe it wouldn't,
Oh, okay. I got you.
Maybe the stuff.
I got you. Yeah, okay.
Don't shake your head at me, Bill. Don't judge me.
Keep the stuff from sticking to the line. I got you.
I had to try something, man. That stuff is horrible.
But you mentioned it at the very beginning of the show when we were talking about it. Go visit the piers. Go visit the bays. Walk and stalk the grass flats with a popping cork. There is lots of stuff right now to get.
Stuff's expensive, Carl. I don't know how you're affording that, but you know what?
I got to show it because Carl is. I mean, any of your comments that pop up here are going to hit it, and that just made me laugh as I was reading that. Come on, man. But anyway, Yeah, get outside your comfort zone and go walk, go try something new this time of year. Just remember to hydrate because it's hotter than a mother out there on the pier.
Well, speaking of that, that brings us very nicely into weather because next week we do have an extreme weather
See how I
warning
did
for
that?
our entire area. I like it. You're following the
Yeah,
script. It's like we only missed a couple pieces, but that's okay.
yeah.
Um,
We gotta bring our
yes,
brand
please be
down.
careful while you're out there. Make sure you're hydrating. Carl today came by my house to pick up a rod, and he informed me he had some unfortunate time out there. Make sure you're staying hydrated. I'm glad you're okay, Carl. You were dangerously close, sir.
Wow. All right. Weather going into next week. Tomorrow gonna be 98. Hot. Like Africa hot. That's hot. Those have been to Djibouti, you know what I'm talking about. It's hot.
Yeah, buddy.
Uh, northwest wind 10. It's gonna be, I mean, the winds are gonna be great. If you want to get offshore, get that snapper. I mean, as I said at the beginning of the show, one word for this show, snapper. I mean, it's opening season right now. Opening day to day, opening weekend. It's going to be, boat ramps are going to be packed, but it's going to be hot. Hydrate with water, not beer. Beer does help. It has water in it, but you're going to dehydrate quick out there, especially in these temperatures. 96 on Sunday, 91. I mean, look at these temperatures. I like the fact that it's hot during the day, not so bad at night, but it doesn't dip down too bad. Water temperatures in the bay are like in the 80s. It is crazy. And with these temperatures, they're just going to stay that way. But a good week all the way through. I mean, until next Friday, we're going to have great weather, great winds. Get out there and do some fishing. Look at that. That's, I mean, just
forget this, but I'm going to bring it up.
All right. Stop sharing. What you got?
So two things. In case y'all didn't know, we're in hurricane season. And it's kind of what we're normally party drinks, right? I don't have this. They don't sponsor us, but I wanted to bring it up. Hurricane Tracker. It's one of the few apps I use quite a bit. It looks like a big hurricane right in the middle there. Still a good one to take a look at, especially with stuff. We got some stuff brewing to the south. And the reason I bring that up, it's shrunk down. As they grow down there, we all know the warm water and all that stuff is going to bring disturbances. As you saw with Mike's forecast there, and he has it pulled up. We've got some thunderstorms. You know, we're going to get the afternoon ones there. Just remember with thunder and lightning, it's not something to play with. Be careful, be safe, be smart, have a good plan. And these pop-ups will pop up out of nowhere, honestly, even those small cells. Moving into my fun little share of the wind day. Hey, look at that. It's like a mirror. Wind is looking beautiful right now. Wind is going to be doing well. So as you can see here, we're tracking into the next few days. If you haven't taken a look at Windy, the weather and the apps, I absolutely highly recommend it. Really good use there. Saturday, always looking decent. The winds are not looking horrible, but they are going to move quite a bit. And as you can see, we're getting a little bit of a track going east and then south. It's all over the map, but keep that in mind as the planning goes through. And we're going to ahead and stop that. Come back to here. Yes, you will. And our happy little waves. We're going to go ahead and keep that. Right there is fine.
Perfect. That's 1 foot. I mean, come on.
1 footers with a 3-second split. And I don't believe when I looked at it earlier, it changed too much over the next couple days, which is great if you're on the kayak tournaments or you want to get out there and get after the snapper. Right now, things are looking really great for you to get out. Keep in mind with the separation, as you can see, the angle is moving to the northeast and to the east. So keep in mind with the currents there. And I've been watching something. I've been reading about these little swirlies out here. I've been trying to understand it more, and I know somebody else out there is a lot smarter than I am. But I've heard that has to do with heavy currents and ebbs. So if you've got one of those weird zones like that, be very careful if your boat's going to be out there. I know that's way the hell south. But anyway, again, looking great. So I don't see a reason to not take the boats out and get crazy with the cheese whiz, man. Go out there and catch some fish.
Nice. Bambi, nice. Did you get one with the Sinker Guy logo on it?
Ooh, that would be nice.
I would be interested to see one of those. That would be nice. Let's hide that down. Yeah, I agree with you, William Camacho. Don't speak of it. That's right. It's getting close to that time of year where we all have to pay attention to the weather a little bit. Oh, no, she didn't get one. Okay.
You can adjust. Just send them a message. Yeah. They're really good about it.
Two. Nice. I got two of them.
Camacho, nice. Oh, I forgot to say congratulations again. William Camacho won the Panhandle Surf Fishing giveaway this week for the 10-foot Battle 3 rod. I got to drive out east to go see him, but I have to go over there soon too, so that works out. But hope you enjoy that rod, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do with it.
There's always a donut hole when you go out east.
Is there?
Heck yeah.
Isn't there two?
There's several. Like when I would drive back and forth from Tyndall Air Force
Uh-huh.
Base in Panama City to here, that was like my weekend stop, man. I'd stop and get dinner and some big ass brownies and bring back, and they're so good. I love the donut hole. Anyway, sorry, derail. Getting off there.
Hello, North Carolina Panhandler, also known as Chris Lore. Good day to you, sir.
Yeah,
all right,
what's up, buddy?
What's we got going on here?
We're about to bring up our captains. We got Captain Mark Hotze with us tonight for offshore, Bill Lipscomb for the inshore, and Mr. Blake Hunter will be joining us for the surf report this week. So without further ado, let's bring on Captain Mark. What's up? I know. There you go. I think he's out.
Oh, right. Funny seeing you boys here.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Hey guys, how are you tonight?
What's going on, buddy? Let's get your banner up here.
Damn! Now I'm gonna want to go watch Catherine the Great. Love that
guys,
show.
I am tired.
Yeah,
I don't know how many people that are watching this were out in the Gulf today. But if they weren't, they were probably the only people who weren't in the Gulf today. It was a lot.
Would you say it was extra?
It was extra. I almost got frustrated at one point. I had two boats follow me around for about an hour. And quite frankly, I think the bite is tough right now for snapper. And not to just go sidetracked and go off on a rant, but we live in like the best fishery. I mean, I've traveled for a living.
Mm-hmm.
We live in an awesome fishery year round. There's always stuff here. And I don't quite understand the hype on red snapper. I think a lot of other fish taste better. Things fight different. There's always fish in season. So this whole rush and the people going out there this morning, I don't understand it.
I think it's because there's an actual season for it, right? And everyone feels I got to go out there and get them, and I got to load up now because they're going to disappear come July 30th. You know?
Yeah, and I mean, I guess, and from what I understand of the spawn, I think a lot of these fish spawn on the full moon in June, July, and August.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting to open seasons during a spawn. And like I said, I'm out there almost every day watching these fish and catching them. The past 10 days or so, those fish aren't where they normally are. And I think they've drifted in a different direction over sand. And have confirmed that with my electronics. And I found them in different places than they're supposed to be spawning. So I think I've talked to a lot of guys today who had a lot of trouble. And I mean, the opening day of snapper, everybody should go out and be able to catch too. But the bite was different. So I'm not fishing this weekend just because of how crazy today was and how nuts things were. But it's the middle of summer. It's aggressive.
It's and I'm so, somebody was, I guess two people were tracking you for an hour. That's like almost, I don't know. That's they're searching for something.
Yeah,
it's some good spots and stuff, but
I believe the proper terminology you're looking for, sir, is Richard Craniums.
Yes.
It was a lot. And I mean, what's really frustrating too is this time of year, a lot of people expect meat, which is fine. Like, this is a meat season. Everything really is open except for amberjack and triggerfish.
Right.
But there's king mackerel. The king mackerel bite is finally starting to show up. Last year, by this time, I've probably caught 500 kings. And this year it's been slower. They haven't quite been where they're supposed to be, but it's getting better now. The last week alone, it got much more consistent. So that made me happy because I like to jig for them anyway.
I'm sitting here like an idiot. Let me bring up your pictures that you sent me because it's Go ahead, keep talking.
But the kings haven't quite been there yet. But what has been everywhere are mahi, and anywhere from chicken size to nice. I mean, I think we had at least 10, 15 pounder right behind the boat the other day that we lost. But it's been awesome. But yeah, that was today too. And if you go back to that last picture, I don't know why they picked up the small ones. Look at the ones on the table.
I know, monsters.
The guys were like, "Oh no, we want to grab these little ones for the picture." But we worked hard today, and quite frankly, I mean, I kind of turned off the red snapper fishing and kind of capitalized on that mangrove bite that we've had. But for me personally, the mahi bite, the black snapper bite has been incredible. There's been cobia, but it's just been a very fun. And to be honest with you too, I don't think I've used a lead or a sinker to bottom fish for any of these fish. They've all been very visual surface bites, which have been a lot of fun.
Wow.
You got one photo. I don't know if it's in this because we go back and forth a lot on. Somebody scroll through here real quick. Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
fly rod.
So
I mean, come on.
We had bonita on the fly. We had mahi on the fly. Pretty sure we lost a king mackerel on the fly just because it didn't. You can really tell the difference between a bonita and a king based on the head shakes, and it didn't have the same head shakes. But again, I mean, we go out to intentionally target kings on the fly, so you kind of know, but we also don't have wire leader or anything like that. So if somebody that's listening catches a king with my fly in his mouth, you can have that, but just let me know because he's out there and he's got. I've lost a couple GI jigs on kings lately too. So
you're saying right now there may be a king out in that area along the Panhandle with one of your flies in its mouth.
Oh, there is. There's at least one
for sure.
And last year there was something that has 7 GI jigs in his mouth.
Holy!
What the hell?
And you'd think after like 2, maybe I'd tie on some wire. No, it was I lost 7 jigs on one spot before I finally gave up on it. But,
so I know Larry Grossman's watching. He's a big fly fisherman and stuff.
Yes.
We may have to me and Demo get out with you because that would be awesome to get a king mackerel on a fly rod.
No!
Yeah, we did it last year. It's fun. It's totally different. But for us offshore, obviously snapper's there. Everybody can go bottom fish for snapper. I just want to remind people, we have snapper there, and once you're catching them, great, but see what else you can catch them on. I mean, guys get in that mindset of drop a lead with a live bait on it, catch your fish, and go home. Try to catch them on a fly, catch them on a Z-Man, catch them on a jig. I mean, if they're feeding, have fun with it. I mean, that's what this is all about, we're not fishing for food.
Right.
But I mean, you can see the mahi on the table in the background there.
I was getting ready to bring that up. That is a table full of mahi back there as well.
And I don't like to post a lot of table pictures. I'm not really big on that. But those mahi have been everywhere. And so you guys complain sometimes, and I don't mean complain, but I mean you comment on the sargassum.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. So
I bet. I mean that's bringing in those bites for the offshore guys, for the inshore guy, for the surf fishermen. It sucks for us, but I mean for the rest of the fishing community, it's great.
And you guys know the whole deal too. Like when you hook a mahi, leave them hooked.
Yeah.
Get those other ones excited. You'll see them change color. They'll get all excited. I had a kid. What's today? Friday. On Wednesday, he really, really wanted mahi, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, that's." For the first year that I can remember, that's probably pretty easy to go do. And guys, I swear the biggest mahi I caught that day was like this big.
Oh, no shit.
Oh, no.
So I sent a picture to Tim over at Half Hitch, and I was like, hey, check this out. And he said, why'd you send me a picture of a cigar minnow? And I was like, look closer. It's a mahi. So I guess it counted.
But, that's heartbreaking.
Nice.
Yeah, but
when you want them, isn't it? It's like every time you want a certain species, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna make you work extra hard for this.
Yeah, like all spring, all I wanted all spring was a good cobia bite, and for whatever reason, we've hooked cobia at least, I don't know, every 3 days. One will swim up to the boat, so we've tagged quite a bit of those, and let them go. We tag fish for Noah, dolphin fish and sharks and cobia.
Nice.
So it's just been a really fun week or so. But I mean, everyone gets in that red snapper mindset, but there's just everything else is out there, and especially tarpon running the beach. So
yeah, our other inshore captain, Justin Thomas, out there in Panama City, last year was on just an amazing tarpon bite, and that's one thing for nearshore. Like everybody this time of year is going, like you mentioned, meat fish. I mean, fill the cooler. But man, go out there and have some fun. Throw light tackle at a tarpon and throw, all these other things, all these other opportunities that you haven't maybe really thought about, like a Z-Man. You know what I mean? Go throw a Z-Man to something.
Yeah, snapper loves Z-Man.
Yeah. And just have fun with it,
And that's the thing. Like everybody gets in that mindset of I need to go out and drop and catch my limit. Yeah. And that's a thing that's really starting to bug me lately. Like you hear everybody's posting pictures of limits, and some of this guys will post a board of 25 king mackerel on a wall. Like you're not doing that for food. No one's going to eat 25 king mackerel in 4 days before they get weird. Even no one's going to smoke that many. They're just doing
That's a lot of dip.
Yeah,
they're doing. You can EKG, ma'am, and make them last a week a shot.
And it's the guys are chasing limits just to say limits. Like we have no problem catching fish. We'll catch a ton of fish, but there's a way to do it and to try to have fun and enjoy fishing and not kill a bunch of fish that you don't need to. But there you go. It's funny that you said EKG mate, because we're doing an awful lot of that. It's been really cool working with AftCode on some of this stuff and the fish processing in general. So we're going to get into a whole lot of that lately down the road. But I think you've been doing quite a bit of it too.
Brian, I know, has done a bunch of it on the surf.
Yeah, I on Bill's boat when I was out for the tournament, I didn't have any of my stuff, but I actually got this in the mail today, which is kind of fun. I just got my new sword bait knife.
Nice.
There you go.
Is actually the reason that I got this, which thank you, sword, love you guys, is it's my new EKG knife. Because the one I have, it's just I'm not trusting it to get the tail slice. But when Bill and I were fishing, we caught bluefish. My blade was doing a lot of the wiggling, and I had to do the brain spike with my blade. So it was hard to get it in and do the twist. This one, I won't have to worry about it if I don't have my spike with me. But yeah, it's a great way to make sure you have an instant kill, and I feel good about that, knowing that. It makes me happy.
And it's kind of cool too, and this might sound a little savage, but when you get it right and the fins flare out, that's kind of a satisfying feeling, as weird as that sounds.
Well, I asked Brian about it one time, and I was like, I'm not sure if I got, because he was showing me how to do it, and I'm like, I'm not sure if I got it, and we were on a pompano, and as soon as I went right into that brain there, that fish, everything just goes straight out like that, and I'm like, all right, I got it. I'm good.
Yeah, and as soon as you and I normally run my wire up from the tail forward. I feel like so as soon as you get that wire in there too, like those fins are popping out, everything's going. So especially if it's a 4 foot long cobia and you're running that big wire through, I mean it's crazy.
That'd be cool. Yeah. I'm a big, we've talked about it offline. I'm a big fan of the idea, EKG and taking care of fish, taking care of the catch, doing the right thing. And I just think it's a great thing to do. And if any of you want to learn about it, by all means, Mark can tell you about it. I know he's doing it. I'm doing it. There's several other captains in the area that are doing it. It's becoming a real thing because it matters. And it's nice that I can bring a fish home, work on the processing, and I know that I can leave it in the fridge a couple days to dry age, or I can do other things with my fish other than let it spoil. So.
And there's another thing too, like a lot of guys get all these fish and they just cut out the fillets, there's a lot of meat on that fish that people don't look for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've always wanted to kind of get into more of those pictures, but to be honest with you, like after a charter, you fillet those fish, you give stuff to people, and you're like, oh man, I should have taken pictures of how I did this. But the collars, the throats, the cheeks of some of these things, even skins and different parts of these fish are cool. I've been lucky enough to take guys on charter from many different countries who kind of look at us like, no, you're filleting that fish wrong, guys. Try it like this. And we'll bring home these weird looking horseshoe steaks off of red snappers to throw on the grill that just taste and look pretty cool. It's just kind of telling people, experiment, try something different, don't just do the same thing every day, have some fun with it.
So what are your thoughts? So with the reports right now, lots of good fish going out there on the deep side, lots of good things to go, especially, live bait's doing fine, jigging is doing great. Any other recommendations for anybody looking to go out there?
If you do, my number one tip, jig first, then frozen bait, then live bait. So if you go live bait first, jigging's tough. If you go live bait first and then frozen bait, it's tough. So there's definitely an order on how to fish. So I'll get guys to jig. If it's not working, we'll go frozen. We'll have a couple bites. That might stop, and then live, and it'll work. So it gives you an opportunity to work that spot a little more thoroughly. And I think, too, when you get to a spot that somebody else has just fished, if you can fish multiple ways, you might be able to steal a bunch of fish that they missed. So that happened today pretty well for us.
Good stuff right there. Thanks, Mark. So if anybody wants to go fishing with you, where are they going? How do they get with you?
Only way is to find me directly, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or my phone number from my website or whatever at 38lighttackle.com.
Awesome, brother. Appreciate the report, man, this week. Look forward to getting you back on here.
Thanks a lot.
And we're definitely going to have to hook up and do a fly fishing trip.
Yeah, I look forward to it, guys. I hope it works out.
Awesome, man. We'll see
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. Later. Awesome.
All right.
Come on, man. Get it straight.
I can't even speak. All right, we've gone on to the big boats. We're on the offshore. Now it's rocking to the inshore. Welcome back, everybody. Captain Bill from E6 Inshore Fishing Adventures here in Navarre. Oh, you got the button. I got the button.
I did it. You did it, Zaina. There you go.
Bill, good evening to you.
Good evening, gentlemen.
What is that, buddy?
Well, my pride hurts a little bit, but I'm all right.
Yeah.
You're probably be okay.
Let's bring up.
Yeah, as soon as I catch another fish, I'll be happy.
You had a good week this week. Let's bring up some of your photos.
You had a fine week.
I only caught one fish this entire week and a half.
That's because you've been working.
True.
So what seems to be what are we looking at on the inshore world? I know the water temperature is one thing you wanted to talk about.
Water temperature is now 85.
I know it was in the 80s. Good job.
Yeah, it was 85 yesterday.
That is warm.
I didn't have a trip today, so I stayed inside. But yeah, we had redfish are biting, trout are biting. Try to go early. We went out at 5:30 the other morning. Now look at that guy's tail.
I see that.
I took the picture.
Foul hook?
Yeah, it's like
it's deformed.
Down. It's like deformed there a little bit.
Like something actually tried to eat his tail off, and it grew back in a weird way. The way he swam off was weird because he just swam off like it was like a paddle tail.
Huh.
It's my little Nemo son.
But that was an over right there. That was 32.
Big, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So what's been the key for inshore?
Man, I just try to hit spots that nobody else is hitting. If I see somebody, in a hole, I'll fish out on the edge. If I see somebody out on the edge, I'll go back in the hole. Seems like everywhere you go, there's somebody there. It doesn't matter what time you get there either. But whether somebody's wade fishing or we saw a guy the other day. I think he was making a YouTube video. I'm not sure who it was, but he might not be happy with me because I pulled up there and we fished kind of next to him. So it is what it is. But we had a good week, and I caught some decent fish. We caught a lot of redfish, some decent trout. Monday was when we caught that was Monday. They caught like 5 redfish, and they took six keeper trout, and one was a 20-incher.
Nice.
And when I got back, apparently they were texting their family, because when we got back to the dock, I dropped them off at their dock. And when I dropped them off, the whole family was standing on the dock going, "Hey, at least we know who to call." And I'm like, "Oh, here's a card. Here's a card. Here's a card."
Yeah, that's not a bad day right there. A bunch of redfish about that size. Some
and
trout.
Then, Thursday's trip, I don't know. I usually try to make sure I have enough bait, and we ran out of bait in no time. Seemed like, we launched at 5:30, and by 9 o'clock we were like out of bait.
Oof, wow!
So I had to pull over and go catch some pinfish and stuff, and we went back out and fished for another hour or two, and it was a 6-hour trip, and I was like, "Oh my God!" But it got kind of hot, and the fish kind of like didn't want to cooperate, and I tried to keep inching out deeper, and we got out to 10 foot, and it wasn't really, kind of drifted along at 10 feet, and there was nothing eaten. So I think they got 2, and then we came back to the bridge and threw some cut bait down, and never really got anything there. But the day before, or 2 days before, there's a bunch of mangroves caught at the bridge. So yeah, I took a video of that guy. It was kind of funny because he was fighting this fish, and he had this look on his face like he was fighting, Lennox Lewis or something.
Yeah.
I was kind of laughing at him.
Yeah,
the boys did a good job. They did a good job catching them fish.
Heck yeah. So ran out of shrimp, pinfish, everything else just tearing you up, huh?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's tough this time of year, especially, floating popping corks and working the popping corks and everything.
Right. You have to use the popping corks to keep your bait. See, he was joking. That was a little small.
Yeah. Brian got it.
Good job, Brian.
Took a second.
But you use it. We use those popping corks to keep the bait from getting down into the grass. And a lot of people don't. Some people get it, some people don't. But if the bait gets down in the grass, the fish that you're trying to catch are going to swim right over your bait, and they'll never see it. Especially if you use like a live pinfish, they're going to get down in that grass, and you'll never ever catch anything. Yeah, and we even tried some tiger minnows the other day. Tiger minnows. Some people call them bull minnows. I think there's a difference, but they didn't work. I'm not a big fan of tiger minnows.
So with the water temperature being high, flats being the one, what are your recommendations?
Fish at night. Okay. But it's getting hotter during the day, and it's at that point now where you really want to be, early morning, get off the water by 9:30. Yeah. And then not go back out until 7, 8 o'clock at night and fish till 10 or 11. But it's all within, parameters or whatever.
You bring up a good point. Like, I know your club just had your night tournament, and now is the time when it's so blazing hot out there to go hit those dock lights up in the canals, up in, I'll say like Bayou Tahar, and even fishing the big bridges like Hathaway over in Panama City, or the 331 bridge, Mid-Bay Bridge, and then into a 3 Mile Bridge.
3 miles going to be. I think it's going to be awesome when they finally get it done and they turn the lights on.
Yeah,
because there's going to be lights everywhere under there. If you haven't been up there to look, go up there and look under the bridge and go, holy crap,
Yeah.
look at all the lights up here.
Yeah. The only thing I would warn people about that is the barges and stuff that are out. Be mindful of where they are.
Oh yeah, you better know what you're. Better take
exactly.
a spotlight. That's the biggest thing.
Absolutely.
I see a lot of guys running at night and they don't use a spotlight.
Yeah.
I've been fishing here for 35 years. I would think I know where a lot of the stuff is at. I still use a spotlight.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't trust your electronics, even though you may have a great chip in there and stuff like that. Make sure you got a spotlight out there so you can shine, look around. There's all sorts of stuff that could be floating in the water. You know what I mean? That you're not even paying attention to.
Even if you have like a really bright flashlight that work, they make some really good flashlights now that'll reach out there. I mean, that you need some extra light to see where you're going, and if there's anything in front of you. We've had some. I had a near miss this week. A guy on a jet ski was pulling a tube with a couple of kids on it, and we were coming back. I had customers, and we were coming back to the dock, and I'm in a straight line. I've been running in a straight line for 4 miles, and this guy comes across the sound, across the channel, across in front of me, and one of the kids fell off. I had to back her down and steer around him.
Yeah. And
then the guy that was with me, he's like, man, if you wouldn't have done that, you would have run over that kid. And I'm like, yeah. There should be some, they need to regulate them things.
Yeah. It's, we get them on the surf too, when they come jetting in, and I've been fishing the sound side a lot lately, and they just don't think when they come zipping through there. A lot of them are vacationers. I think some of them are locals, but a lot of vacationers who can rent the jet ski, and then they get out there and just zip. And
I felt bad for Brian on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because that guy, he made me mad.
It didn't help. He went right into the cove where we were nicely moving in, and the fish were driving. That was right after our catch. That jet skier definitely was. He had no reason to be there. There was no reason at all for him to be there.
I mean, if you have a jet ski, cool.
Yeah.
If you see people fishing, do not go near them.
No.
I mean, it's common etiquette that you don't do that. Even if you're in another boat, you don't do that. So why would you want to do it in a jet ski?
Yeah.
Because you can get away quicker.
So they think.
Well, if they keep it up, I'm going to start chasing them down.
There you go. Warm temperature. I think what I'm getting is warm temperature during the day, fish at night.
Yes.
Some popping corks with live shrimp. It seems to be the key right now.
Yeah. But if you fish at night, you don't really need a cork. But
just float a live shrimp, or
you can either free line a bait to them, or you can use artificials, a jerk bait, or a soft plastic jerk bait, or even a topwater bait will work at night. You want to dock fishing, light fishing at night is somewhat easier, I'll say, because if you pull up to the dock light and you don't see anything and you don't hear anything, give it 10 minutes. If you don't see or hear anything, go just someplace else, find another light. And because, you can sit there all night and be like, I know they're going to be here. No, they're not going to be there.
Now, if you don't hear them pop in the water, you don't hear those trout busting on top, slurping to the next one.
Yeah, they like to slurp at night.
Yeah.
And we could have hit a couple of lighted docks Saturday night, and trolling motor gave me fits, so we had to forego that. And because they're setting in some really deep water there. I couldn't hold the boat there. Otherwise, we probably would have done a little better than we did. But Brian did good. He got second place with a 20-inch red. So
first place loser.
Hey.
I had a good time. I enjoyed fishing with you. I enjoyed catching the red. It was just great, man. I have nothing bad to say. I really enjoyed that, and I look forward to going out with you again sometime.
I'm gonna try to talk you into going to Panama City.
Okay.
Probably in November when I fish that tournament down there.
There you go.
Hey,
and
I'm honored you asked me to come with you.
you will be amazed at watching the pop and cork work in them back bays.
Yeah. That's good. I think we have a lot of comments here, and pretty much all of them say a good heavy weight thrown towards the jet ski would solve that problem. And I know we all say that, but none of us would actually do that when we're out there. At least I don't think any of us would do that when we're out there, because we're all trying to play nice, and we're all trying to give the guy the benefit of the doubt and everything. So
you got a great question here, Bill. 2 questions. It's from Alex with True Braid. Hi, Alex. Sorry, we haven't read off.
What up, Alex?
What tournament are you speaking of, and will Fairhope Charters be there in November? Because you're talking about the Panama City one. I don't remember.
Oh, it's a Elizabeth Bortorf Memorial Tournament.
Okay.
It's put on by Jeff Bortorf. It's a benefit for Bay County Boys and Girls Clubs.
Oh.
And all the money raised goes to swim lessons for kids.
I remember this when we were talking about it. I remember that.
And I want to say they've put over 500 kids through swim lessons so far, or maybe it's even more than that. I don't know, but I know they donate quite a bit of money. I think every year their goal is like to donate $5,000, and I think last year, year before that, I think they even made their goal. So it's a good deal, and it kind of sucks that it started out, this guy's daughter drowned in her home pool, and they've turned it into something positive, which is commendable beyond belief to me that they do that. And they get a lot of local support from the companies down there in Panama City. And if you bring a fish back to weigh in, you will get something. It'll be a bucket with 3 or 4 lures in it, or a painting, or a boat box, or they'll have something. So it's kind of nice.
That's awesome. We may have to come out there and fish that one too.
I'm all for it. Dad, bring the boat. You have a boat. You have a boat.
Absolutely. Well, Bill, man, appreciate the great report. If folks want to book a trip with you, how do they get in touch with you?
You can go to my website at e6ifa.net, or you can look me up on Facebook under E6 Fishing Adventures. And you can call me at 850-585-6806.
Awesome.
And I'm open for business.
There you go. That's what we like to hear. Y'all want to come out and book a trip inshore fishing?
Everybody else is booked up. Hello.
Give old Captain Bill a call out there at E6 Inshore Adventures. Appreciate the report, Captain.
All right, man.
Looking forward to talking to you next time.
Awesome. See you guys later.
Later, buddy.
Peace.
Awesome.
He's sitting in the green room. He's looking quite dapper.
He's back there. He's been back there looking at his hat, making sure everything's good. Checking his beard, making sure everything's good.
He couldn't do anything to not, just be the rock star he is. So, we're just gonna go ahead and without further ado, everybody, we're going into the surf. Oh, I'm stealing it from Smitty, but we're going to Blake Hunter.
Gotcha. There he is. He's on.
Hey guys,
Blake Hunter. What is up, brother?
Oh, not much. Thank y'all for having me. How y'all doing?
Yeah, man. Hey, it's good to see you in some sort of light this time.
I wanted to make
Last time you were in the dark, we had to listen to the voice.
I know. I wanted to make sure I gave you some good light this time. I just don't have fishing pictures behind me.
That's all right.
You don't even need it. You have your reputation precedes you, sir. You don't need it. We all know who you are.
There you go.
Don't do that. Don't try to flatter me. I'm just
no. Give me a little more.
No, a little bit more.
Yeah.
So what's going on, man? What's been happening in the surf?
Well, it's been good up until about Tuesday. Well, Wednesday, the June grass rolled in, but up until that, man, June's been really good, really good. I think the last week, I caught over 100 pompano. Nice. And some big ones too. I think I had like one day we caught like 24 in a session, which is 3 hours for me. So it's been really phenomenal.
Would that be the session right there we have on? That is a lot of pompano right there for a June trip, man.
Yeah, that was a lot of people there. I had 3 people, so I was cleaning.
And I was getting ready to preface this with Blake does clean the fish for clients, so
Yeah, I
that's
don't know
why
if
there's
that's
all
really
this fish on the back.
I'm hoping that's okay. I mean, those were for clients, so
There you go.
yeah, but I did get a couple out of there. Everybody usually gives me fish, which is good. So
That's right.
It's been good, man. I mean, we've been crushing. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, we've been freaking tattooing them. And
they mentioned at the beginning. I mentioned at the beginning of the show. I overheard someone in Walmart saying, "Oh, the surf's dead right now. You're not going to catch anything out there." And I so badly wanted to interject myself into their conversation, and show them pictures like this and go, "No, man. It's not dead. You just got to know what you're doing."
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And, the area helps too, but that's why I've been putting the dates on it. So, I know there's I know social media can stir up some emotions. So, is that an old picture? Is that this? Is that that? And don't get me wrong. In the off season, you got it for your social media. You've got to keep, that's the way it is, right? You've got to put pictures in there, but I try not to do that this time of year. But I did 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago. It so sucks. My phone died on the beach on a trip.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it didn't have water, nothing in it, just the motherboard, and I did not back up my photos from the last 2 months. And I was
I know that hurts.
So I was reaching out to customers and be like, "Hey, can you send me? I know this is weird. Can you please send me the pictures again?"
Yeah,
so,
right.
It's been great, man. I mean, look, I fought the sarcasm right there. I mean, sometimes you just gotta fight it. So that's a little tip for people. So. Mark was saying before that he likes it. I mean, I do too, to an extent, if I can fish in it or fish around it, because I think the fish feed in it, especially pompano. If you can find an area where the pompano are at and there is sargassum and you're able to fish and it's not too much wave action, just rolling your stuff down the beach, they really will feed in it because of all the crabs and all the wildlife in it. So that's a little tip for the people that, it doesn't always happen. Usually sargassum shows up a lot of times in August for us. But obviously this year's been, every year's different, right? So this year it kind of rolled in, and when southwest winds happen, that's when it kind of usually it'll stay over there towards Alabama, but then it peels off that current, and then it just slowly creeps in to our way, and then it gets pushed down the beach and concentrated holes. And now the June grass is here, which sucks. I mean, I don't know. I know Navarre's got it too, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, full swing.
Yeah. So I mean, I fished this morning. I had to cancel one yesterday. The guy didn't want to drive, and I was like, well, you don't want to drive. That's not my fault. I can find it and get to the fish. So, but it is, you got to take, sometimes I try to appease the customer. Right. So, right now I'm kind of fishing to the west towards Miramar. I'm getting out of it, but it's starting to slow down. So what happened was, this is my thing in June. The pompano pompano spawn almost every month of the year. I don't know if people know that. So I've caught pompano every month around the full moon, and they've all had eggs in them, a lot of them. So, whether it be your migrators or your residential fish. So I think what I'm getting at is this June spawn was really big, and that happened, I think the last night of the full moon was last night, right? So I think what you're going to see is now they're going to get into that typical summertime. Oh, you lost you there.
There you
go. Summertime pattern, which is, usually happens in May in my area. And they start pushing off into the bays, pushing different areas and pushing down the beach, So, but it's been good, man. I mean, and I can't complain. I mean, we've done really good. I mean, I've been very excited. The customer's been happy. That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, and I also saw you got a nice hammerhead recently.
Yeah. So for certain customers, I wish I could do this with every trip. I don't, Mike, you've got your boat. Yeah. I don't have one yet. So certain clients, different areas where they have private beaches, where they have, paddle boards.
Yeah.
I will paddle board. I can't do the castable leader, Rogue Reels. He sent me some, and he had makes a great, huh?
I said, nice. Oh, Rob hooking you up.
Yeah, Rob did good, man. He sent me some castable leaders, and he, I told him what I wanted, and hook size and this and that, and because I'm about to get into shark fishing a little bit more as we get hotter,
Yeah.
Kind of like what you're doing, but more from the surf because I don't really have an area I can get out of. But I will if the June grass is bad. I don't know if people know this, but I will take people either like wade fishing or I will do stuff in the bay on foot or even surf fishing in certain areas down there, certain places. So off the beach on the bay surf fishing. So gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah,
absolutely. Man. When this time rolls around, and we talked about it at the beginning of the show, we tell folks, get outside your comfort zone. Go check out the piers. Go check out, wading the grass flats. Go all these things that you can do. Let's get. I was thinking something shiny over here in the comments
squirrel
section. I know squirrel with True Braid. Let's get 30A a spool for land-based shark fishing. So Alex runs True Braid. So you might want to reach out to him, or he'll reach out to you online.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Sure, Alex. I run 30-pound braid. Just reach out to me. That'd be cool.
Yeah, you got to get outside your comfort zone and do some of the things that you wouldn't normally do, which does two things. One, makes you a better angler, I think, learning new skills and things like that. And two, it keeps you fishing through this what I call a rough patch in the surf.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and the good thing that my experience, I think I've shared it on Brian's podcast, but surf fish. Before my surf fishing career, I did a lot of other things. I offshore fished for a long time. I did the snapper thing. I've done tuna. My favorite thing to catch besides surf fishing is tuna. Man, I love to catch tuna. Like I don't get the chance now because the season I'm in, I have a lot of young kids. I fish all the time.
Right.
Getting away with the wife, doing a fun trip. Oh, you're going fishing again? Men can relate.
Right.
It's just the season I'm in, but I love it very much, and I get a lot of invites. I just hate turning them down, and I appreciate everybody invites me, but man. Nice. You're right. You learn something new, do something different. I mean, I'm actually trying to get a tarpon from the surf. So
that would be amazing. I mean, if you're just starting to get into, well, not like you're just starting to get into, but I know you've done shark fishing before. When you start getting those bigger sharks from the shore and stuff, it only feeds that adrenaline rush. Yeah. So that I can only imagine what a tarpon from the shore would be like. I mean,
for sure.
It would be amazing.
Yeah, I love the black tips. I mean, because Mike, how it is. Like, hey, can we catch a shark? Can we catch a shark? Everybody's like wants to catch a shark.
Yeah.
And you got a nice setup, what you've got going on, and I probably should adapt a little bit more. I've been reluctant to because I just didn't want to get into it. Plus, where I'm at, Walton County kind of looks down upon it in a way, but I'm not really targeting them, and I don't always do it in Walton County. So,
right.
I mean, it's as long as the June grass isn't here, I'm down to do it. But full blown sharks, I haven't made that step in. I thought about it, offering that as a service and hiring a guy, but I haven't actually hired. I got a guy that's helping me with charters now. So I mean, we're very, very fortunate and very thankful to stay very busy. So
there you go.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I like the hat. I got mine on tonight.
I saw that.
You got the old school duck camo going.
Yeah, man.
On yours.
I appreciate you repping. I know I need to rep. Man. I need to rep you something too. I need to rep something of yours.
I need to get you some gear. That's what I need to do, Brian. We all need to get like I love. That's what I love about this community is we all like here, man. Have a hat here. Take a shirt. Take this. Take that. I mean, we all represent each other because it's such a small, tight knit community.
It is, man. It's just there's a lot of people who rub elbows, and I know there is some stuff. People. Yeah. Whatever, but in the day, I mean, we all try to get along, and I at least try to get along with everybody now. So, it's very small, and so everybody can help you, right? Some people go up, and others go down, and so what's the old saying? I'll see you on the way down.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's all good, man.
It's like Brian. I mean, Brian's. Yeah, I mean, your little podcast thing.
Your little podcast is growing.
It's awesome, man.
Thanks, man.
He's like,
I know I don't always comment. I'm not the biggest because I'm so busy, but I'm not the most vocal on Facebook commenting. But as a friend, congratulations, and that's awesome.
I appreciate you. And I've told numerous people that have ever asked me, where'd you pick this up? Yeah, Blake. Like, what? Like, you just got to go to one of his seminars, man. You'll be drinking from the fire hose before you know it. And you're like, okay. And you'll adapt and you'll learn and you'll adjust. And you'll just keep getting better and better and better. And it's, we all learn from each other, like we were saying.
Yeah, man, great. Yeah, always that. Talking about that, like talking on something new. I mean, this is the time of the year in the surf where I really change my tactics up, and I really, I'm not throwing double drops, and I might plug myself here, but you can make your own. But I sell a single drop, and I'll go no floats. So my single drop comes with 3 different float colors, but I will take that float off and go just a single hook because. Sometimes in that June grass, you can fish in it. It'll be a barrier. It'll actually sit on the back of the bar, or you can fish in front of it because the fish will run down it, right? They'll kind of use it and run it like a bar. So whether on the back side of it or in front of it. But what you do is you just, you on the mornings where it's calm, where the grass won't accumulate, you've got to tackle down because it's calm and they don't like to bite. We all know in the surf, it's hard to get, once about 7 o'clock, 7:30 rolls around, your bite could be done. Kind of like your, Captain Bill said, you got to get fish early and fish late, and I really don't fish nighttime too much. I do like the afternoons. I'll fish to dark. I mean, especially for redfish and bluefish, especially when it gets real bad in August. I will go into hour in the dark, but it's almost like the dog days of summer are already here and it's June, which is really rare, right? So
I know, right? Wicked hot.
Yeah, it's really, really weird. So I think that's making the fish transition and shake them up a lot too, because what's in the surf right now, mostly after the pompano transition, is ladyfish and blue runners, but you can't get the pompano and the redfish. You want to catch redfish. Anybody wants to catch them, I always tell people you can fish at night. That's the best time to catch reds in the surf is at night, starting when that water temperature gets in the 80s.
It's funny that Steven brought up some really interesting points in the recent podcast with Sword. He was talking about pretty much the same thing with the cuts. And I was waiting. There was nobody else that mentioned it, but talking about how they were targeting the rip with the highway. The exit and entry points really targeting heavily on that, not just the rip current, and not just the hole. But he really tagged into it. And I was like, I know where that came from. I know how you both think. Because it was like, you said something to me about it before, and I was like, all right, I'm never going to say anything about it because it's just not my place.
Oh, you're good.
Stuff about it. But he threw a new one at me. He actually went red fishing with Boston mackerel.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, I've never, I know we use it on the boats. We've seen it, you go on the party boat. Some people got some mackerel. They'll use it once in a while.
Yeah.
In the surf, super stinky, super oily, great bait.
And,
get it on there. But when he said that stuff, I just started smiling because I was like, it's like being back with you and him in a conversation is kind of, I don't know, it's a little weird.
Yeah, I see him. We see each other a lot, in our storage units. We have a storage unit in the same place. So that's about the only time we see each other now during the season. He's busy, I'm busy. But you're right. I mean, I haven't used it, but my go-to bait, it sounds like it's great because it's oily and it hangs in there. But I'm going to use probably a speckled crab. Or I'm going to use cut ladyfish. As it gets hotter, I switch to cut bait for reds mostly. I'll use cut mullet. And that's why the single drop works good too, because, you're only throwing out one bait besides two. If you're trying to target redfish with a double drop and you're putting two, pieces of cut bait, trying to chunk it out there 100 yards, it can be a stretch if you're trying to throw from the beach and you're not walking out there, right? So a single drop rig works really good because you can sling it out there because you only have one hook, one bait on there. You can put decent bait, sized bait on there. So I'll use cut whiting, which we haven't caught too many whiting this year. I'll be honest with you, in my area.
Weirdest thing, dude. It's strange as hell for all of us.
Yeah.
Where'd they go?
Yeah.
There's been a couple big ones. I've caught some big ones, pound and a halfers. But it's I haven't caught. I mean, I did catch I've caught a lot of reds this year. Last year wasn't as many reds, but this year been really good for reds. I mean, but I think that's probably going to slow down now unless we get some surf. So just like everybody knows, it's the summertime. If you want to catch reds, a good conditions that you always want rougher conditions. They really work that surf in the rougher conditions because they like the current. So
absolutely. Robert Romero, here's your surf fishing tip. Blake just gave it to us. Big single drop with some cut mullet on there will definitely get you some redfish.
Or fish it, fish the single drop with a piece of fresh dead shrimp in the front pocket. for a whiting. So
there you go.
I use the single drop now for targeting. I'm not going to get many doubles unless I'm trying to catch double ladyfish. So,
Yeah.
I use the double rig because maybe you get a double pompano or it gets knocked off. You'd give them two different colors. Like I switch the float colors up. That's another tip. You want another tip? You need to always be switching up your floats and switch up to no floats, especially as we get hotter and the less wave conditions. So you never know what they want. You never know what color they want. You've always got to change it up. And that's something that I do. And maybe that's why we catch a lot of fish. I don't know.
I mean, there may be a reason that you've told me that before, and I end up going to the beach with other things.
Yeah. It's a lot of people don't realize that saltwater fishing is just like freshwater fishing. Different colors, different things. Like so those folks that make the transition from fresh to salt, things that work for you freshwater fishing, those same tactics when you break them down will work for you saltwater fishing.
Yeah.
The colors, the things you throw in dirty water, same thing you throw in dirty water here. I mean, fish are fish, whether it's fresh or salt water, and all your tactics are going to work making that transition. So yeah, the different color floats, the beads, all that stuff, it's going to work out here.
Yeah, and I 100% agree. And so don't be afraid to change. I think I always say that in my seminars is I'm like, don't be afraid to change. Even if I didn't say it or somebody else said it, try something else out,
Yeah.
Try different ways. You never know. So, and the fish want different things in different days. So that's what they are, what they do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, brother, great report. We're not going to keep you much longer. We appreciate all the info.
Yeah.
The photos. You guys are crushing it. Folks want to book a trip with you. How do they do it?
Yeah, so you can go to my website. If you just want to book, it's www.reel30a, so reel30a.com. You can go to there. Also, you can reach out to me at my number is 850-687-6063, or you can reach me on social media, Reel30a on Facebook and the Reel30a on Instagram.
Awesome, brother. If you guys aren't following him yet on Instagram, make sure you go over and give Blake a follow, the Reel30a. Appreciate the report, brother. We look forward to back on here again.
Thanks, you guys, always. Great show. Great job. Doing good.
Appreciate it, brother.
Take care.
All right. Y'all be good.
Bye. Awesome.
He really
Vernon.
He's one of those guys. What's up?
I know.
His
Great.
lawn color?
Different. He meant difference, but no, I don't think line color makes a difference. Yeah. Unless you're ordering True Braid hot pink, then you're going to catch a lot of stuff on the True Braid hot pink color. I'll tell you that right now.
Lies, but okay, fine.
They're not lies. You know how many sharks I've caught this week on True Braid?
It's blue. Blue is the proper color. Vernon, you're a fellow jarhead? That's that I knew I liked you. I knew
Who's
you
a fellow jarhead?
I didn't know you were a jarhead too. That's awesome.
Oh, Vernon. Nice.
I knew he was military. I didn't know he was a fellow.
Yeah, we went through a lot of comments here. Let's see here. True Braid was Alex was all over. I saw somewhere he said free braid for everyone. What was that? What did he say? Love your content, bright boat. Everyone gets True Braid line. I think he said. What is that? Boom! Everyone gets this bull. No, I'm just joking. Don't bombard True Braid. But if you are looking for quality line, quality product, True Braid. I mean, I'm telling you, that's all I'm running on my shark rigs now. And I'll slowly start transitioning, I think, to my surf rigs as well. But great price point. I mean, it's ridiculous the price of the stuff and for the quality product. I mean, if you guys follow Salt Squatch, I don't know if you guys know Phil, but the hammers he's caught, Jack Moran, the same thing, the True Braid. I mean, it's Saltwater Yankees. I mean, there's a lot of folks, Perdido Blaine, Brian and I both are running True Braid on reels. It is a awesome product. We thank Captain Morgan talking. Oh, what? I was like, I didn't know we had a Captain Morgan. But yeah, great product. We thank Alex for bringing it to us and bringing it to all the fishermen out there. So let's get into our scroll.
Les scroll.
Let's close this. Bring up. I don't have too much tonight.
Why am I yawning? What the hell? I shouldn't
Let's
be tired.
see.
Right?
Get off of there. Saved. Start down here at the bottom.
It did it again.
As we said, today was opening day of Snappa season. And what we have tonight, boom. We don't talk about it too much. Brian brings it up. Kayakers, man. Kayaking right now off the beach, the light winds, light surf. You're going to get out there. You're going to get those snapper. Get out there. This is Trevor Bradley. I mean, look at that beast, man. That is just amazing. Two nice snapper. Got his limit back in. Great job, Trevor. Awesome job. Let's see here. Another one. This is what Lively 2 out of Pensacola Beach. Look at that. That's every bit of, I would say, 25 to 27 inches, I bet, for that snapper.
Yeah. Plenty of good going fish right there.
Yeah. That is amazing. Again, as we've been saying, surf fishing is not dead. There's a limit out of Fort Morgan, Alabama. Nice pompano out there. And like Brian brought up, they're all feeding on the microorganisms that are in the grass that are coming in. Our own Perdido Blaine got on a nice Spanish mackerel bite. And what is that right there? That looks like a GI jig. Absolutely. All three of these, I think. There's another hot pink and white GI jig coming out. Another GI jig on that one. I mean, just a great bite. Great job there, Blaine.
I wonder if actually he caught those red snapper for the goat tournament. I just thought about. Actually, I just.
It doesn't start till tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow? Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow. Here's the night tournament. Brian was in Panhandle Fishing Club. There he is with his plaque there. Great job representing. That is a beast of a trout.
It was. And he said he caught it at the last minute on a dock light that was just ahead of us.
And like Brian said, all these fish were caught live and returned back to fight another day. So that's awesome too. That's great. And then what else do I have here? Our own Captain Chris, Florence, quick trip out. Boom. Limit a snapper for both of those folks. Repeat customers coming back. Great job. And then I'll plug myself here.
You should.
I mean, this was a great trip. We had a blast. We went 3 for 5 that night. The average has been about 8 a night. So, and all about that size. Great fight on light spinning tackle. Well, I'll say light spinning tackle, 80-pound braid. And you can see back there the true braid, hot pink in there. But what a great time those guys had. So great week of fishing so far.
So my shareholder did not get what I thought it did. Of course, why would it save like I wanted to save? Yeah,
why would it?
Here we go. Getting into the fun stuff here. I don't have a lot of snapper ones, but Get Tight Offshore had a great set of catches here. I guess it's not going to let me do it that way. But as you can see here, if you can kind of see this picture, he stacked it real nice. They had a great run out there of snapper and grouper. That's nice. At the Dolphin Island area. Real good to go. Old Sean went out in the yak, and he went out with Sword. Connor went out there with him, and they got after it.
Nice
little mahi, little tuna. But catching good fish. So I will talk about kayaks as much as I possibly can because I'm a little scared of mine still. But hey, that's just how I am. I'll get out there and get after it. And what other post would not be right without Cheyenne's cooking?
She just posted that, did another Spanish, and look at that, Cheyenne.
Yeah.
See, we follow you and we pay attention to things you do out there.
We do. So Cheyenne, actually, I'll be getting her. Look at all that row. Cheyenne's actually getting her EKG kit in the mail here in the next couple days.
Nice.
I mean, you want to see how she does stuff? She posts all about it, how she cooks them. Nice
cake. Did she cook the roe on that one?
I don't think.
That's how you go. Go back. Oh, that's steaks. Never mind. That's not. Oh. I thought I saw something where she was cooking the roe.
I've seen a roe recipe. I'm scared. I'll admit it.
Yeah, I want to try it. I just don't know I don't have a good recipe for it.
This one caught my eye. I know it's not our area. I know it's South Carolina, but
pending world record. No way. That's not a pompano.
That's the part that's throwing me.
Oh, it's a pompano dolphin.
Okay.
So
I
that's
was like,
different.
interesting.
Okay. Whoa.
But
Ooh.
still, a world record of 11.34. You know,
It's a
that's
pompano
still
dolphin. It's a type of dolphin.
Yeah. I saw the post and I was like, that's still pretty cool. That's still
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
That is
wrong
pretty
button.
cool.
That's the wrong thing. Here we go. There, we can do it like this because we're actually moving at a proper speed here. There we go. Yes, it is. Jason
Oh, okay.
Dudley went out and ran his stringer out. I wanted to go fishing with him, but unfortunately my schedule did not allow it. But they got after it. He's commercial and had a blast out there. Real good setup. And he's been on some great fish. If you guys don't remember Jason's post from before, he was nailing the pompano during the pompano run. Excellent angler, great guy. Old Brock getting it like he always does. 23-inch spec on the topwater bass lure.
Nice.
And he's still getting in there. So
Brock's a hell of a fisherman, man.
He truly is. Brock's really, he's gonna be that name that we all know. He's that guy. And James Lindquist went a little funky here, and I loved this post.
Yeah,
heard of beer can chicken, beer can pompano. At first, I was like,
"That's pretty good."
Okay, and then I saw all the other stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, all right." And then this, and I was like, "Okay, I'm sold." I love bacon on pompano hole. I've seen Tony do it with fish gum, with the salt. The salt encasing, I've thought that was brilliant. I still haven't done it yet, but when you can bake a pompano, you're going to get all of it off. It's the same with any fish if you bake.
That looks like something we've been talking about lately. Go back to the other picture.
That one?
Yeah, if it had a beard and then the other one didn't have a beard.
I know what you're talking about. I smell the poop you're putting down.
Yeah.
That is my scroll for today. Unfortunately,
Awesome.
I didn't have a ton. It didn't save them like I thought they would, but it's all good.
That's all right. Brian and I have been talking about rebranding our logo and coming up with something pretty good for our Panhandle Fishing Report show, and that was great.
What we got here? We got some comments. Okay,
Yeah,
so Donnie, the 8.6 that was the new 8.6 dagger that Ninja Tackle came out with. Really nice rod, 2-piece. There's some other stuff coming from Ninja Tackle. So if any of our Ninja Tackle fans, keep your ears open. There's some fun stuff that might be coming soon. Cheyenne, another Spanish catch and cook tonight. Lady, you are amazing when it comes to cooking and fishing. You are you're a rock star. Always love seeing your stuff. When your eyesight gets worse, you use the brighter line.
That I do. That hot pink though, but that's just my thing. I like it.
I mean, the pink looks good in the sky when you look up and you're like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Roe tastes like raw fishy cornmeal. Oh,
good. I don't know if I want to try it now. Thanks, Stephen Connor.
All right.
That's like when Saltwater Yankees. God, why can't I remember his name right now? Why is it escaping me?
Oh,
Saltwater Yankee.
Oh, yeah. Come on. What are you talking about?
No, right. Come on. And he told me my sour beer tasted like sauerkraut, and then I haven't been able to drink it since. So thank you. Appreciate that. Frank, that's right. Frank Million. Ever since he told me my sour beer tasted like sauerkraut, I haven't been able to drink it.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. I have every time I open it, and I still got like 3 or 4 in the fridge. And I'm like, now everybody's commenting, Frank. Yes, I know Frank. But it tasted so bad. Now every time I drink one, all I think about is sauerkraut.
Because he's not watching, which is a problem. He's probably out on this boat tonight.
Yeah.
Well, probably. Hour and a half.
That's the average. That's what we've been going. So
yeah,
it's good stuff. Okay. So Brian and I said at the beginning of the show, we were doing a giveaway for a hogfin shirt of your choice. I'll bring this back up. You don't have to get this one, but this one is pretty cool, I think. Nice performance wear. And our time limit was 20 minutes and 15 seconds. And Mr. Carl Phelps, you, sir, are the winner.
Woo!
giveaway, I will message you a discount code you can use if you go to hogfin.com and order a shirt of your choice. When you put in the discount code at checkout, you will win it will be a free shirt. So remember, it is a performance fit shirt. So if you want it tight, get the size you normally wear. Yeah. If you want it a little bit big with some room in it, get one size larger. That's just my suggestion. Brian will probably echo the same comments. But congratulations, Carl.
Well, that's good stuff. And yes, we will have some more GI jigs coming up here in the near future for some giveaways. We know we've been a little quiet on it. We're not using them. Promise. We're not borrowing them. But we will have some more giveaways coming up pretty soon.
We're not borrowing. We're not borrowing from our giveaway pile.
Not at all. Trying not to. But as always, everybody, we really appreciate you being here. It's always great seeing you every Friday. We thank you for giving us the time. We enjoy all that one. Make sure that you are sharing it out. Talk to your friends about us because this is what we do. I hope you picked up a nugget or two of knowledge too, because there was several dropped.
Absolutely. Appreciate everybody. Until next week. Well, let me find the right one. Here comes the outro. Appreciate all of you guys. See you next Friday night.
See ya.